folks, and welcome back. Got something a little interesting today. Spring's in the air, and I thought I better get out here and get some of these tools cleaned up and ready to use for spring. So I got this mower here. It's a riding mower. It's a Husqvarna R322T articulating all-wheel drive mower. I used it last year. It worked okay. It had some issues initially that I had to fix up. The belts were kind of messed up a bit on it, and the cut was a little too low, but it worked good for the summer. At the end of the year, I backed it in the garage. I parked it here. It sat here for like 2 months, and then I come in one day, about December, and there's this huge pile of oil. It just dumped oil. I have no idea what that is. I took a quick look. I thought like maybe the oil pan came off or something. I don't know. But somehow it just dumped all this oil. So today we're going to have to find out what that is and see if we can fix it. Well, just taking a quick look on what would be like the driver's side of a car. I don't see much over on this side. It seems like it's mostly all on the other side. I'm just going to pop up top and check the oil level. Okay, got the oil stick. Still got some on it, but it's at the add line, or just a little below the add. Over on the other side, it looks like it's just kind of right of center where the most of it is. Don't see anything particularly leaky. Back looks fairly dry. I don't see anything there. Oh, coming up here. This here looks very suspect. This must be the... oh my god. Holy... that is like totally loose. Oh, I would say that's the problem. That oil filter is just loose. Oh, look at that. That's totally loose. No wonder it leaked out there. Yeah, this is all wet here. This looks like it just leaked of that loose oil filter and then just ran down. But it has been sitting now for, a few months, so it's probably kind of dried off on a lot of spots. Well, I think that would be the problem. I don't see anything else on there that's leaking. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down to the local parts store, see if I can get a filter like that. And then I'm going to look for the drain plug, drain the rest of the oil, and we'll do an oil change on it while we're here. And hopefully that'll solve the problem. So the scary thing is, of course, this thing has no engine lights and oil lights on it or anything like that. Now, if I'd have used this another 1 or 2 times in the fall, a couple hours to mow the lawn, and if that would have rattled out a little bit more and leaked while I was using it, yeah, you'd have never known. Engine might have squeaked a little bit and you'd have gone, oh, what's that? And next thing you know, it would have stalled. And that would have been game over for the Husqvarna. So I'm glad I made this kind of a mess here. At least now I know. And we'll get a proper filter on there and we'll properly tighten it up. Okay, so the only thing I can see to drain the oil is this this pipe with a end cap on it. I don't think it's for the hydraulic system. There is a hydraulic system in here, and that's what drives the wheels. They're actually hydraulic driven, and that's what my initial concern was with all that oil. Like maybe something happened to that, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And I think the hydraulic reservoir is actually down even lower than this and drains out the back. So I'm pretty sure this will be for the oil. So let's see if we can take it off. Let's see what comes out. And this is not mud, by the way. I'll let you guys figure out what it is. If you want, leave a comment. Yeah, we can. Looks like motor oil. So we'll let that drain out, and then we'll check the dipstick to make sure that it went down, and we'll know it's engine oil. Alright, now I got a container under here. I'm sure you're tight when you want to be. There. can't imagine there's going to be a lot come out of here. But the other side, like it almost filled up this can that I had. That's got to be the lion's share of it. God. All right, so I just want to pull this dipstick out and make sure that we drain the right reservoir. Oh yeah, it's awesome. No oil on it, so that was the right one. So I'm going to see, yeah, they look the same. I'll say they're the same. There's a bunch of gunk on there. Now, I just take a little bit of the dirty oil and put that on here. I know. There we go. Screw that on. Interesting. There's a little bit of a tight spot there. It's a bit hard to get your fingers in, and maybe that's why it was loose. But you can, you can get that on nice and tight. There. Still some stuff dribbling out of there pretty good. Yeah. This stuff doesn't need much. My wrench on here. There, it should be getting tight. All right, time to fill her up. I was surprised, like 1.3 liters came out of that thing still. And I got 1.5 liters here, but I also picked up another one just in case. So, can I do this without a funnel? Sure hope so. Oh. I can hear the buzzing of the flies outside. First warm day is like about 5 degrees and the flies are everywhere. Yay. Just let that drain for a bit. And can number 2. Bottle number 2, I guess. When we were kids, they came in cans and you had a little thing to open them and then you could pour it through that thing. That's going back a ways. You can see I got some dirty air filter stuff here, so I'm not sure how that comes out, but just like that. Thanks. Probably should be putting a new one in here. Well, I don't have one here, obviously, so I'll order one of these, and for now, I'm just going to knock the dirt out of it. They're easy enough to replace, so I can do this next week. Okay, everything's back together. Had to take my coveralls off. Man, it's getting warm. So I think I'm ready to start this thing. I put the trickle charger on the battery for a bit, so hopefully it should just crank right over and start. If I remember the starting sequence, I think gotta do something there. Choke on all the way, give it a bit of throttle, let things up. So forward, that's reverse. So you have to be down? No, because that's engaged. It won't even start. So much for trickle charging my battery. Plug's wet. Smells like fuel. Maybe it got flooded. Oh yeah, that plug's soaked too. Yep. Alright, I'm just going to leave the plugs out for a bit and maybe it'll dry out and then I'll charge my battery again. We'll have a go. Alright, I got the plugs dried out. Combustion chamber should be dried out. We know it's getting gas. Can't see any reason why it shouldn't be getting sparks, so I'll try this again. A little bit of choke, give it a bit of throttle. Brakes in. That is not good. Not even a spitter, sputter, or nothing. Am I forgetting something? Well, I took both the spark plugs out again, and I just like clamped them on the ground, and then I had to like turn around, put a foot on the brake, and then crank the engine, and I could see spark coming from both of them. So they both got sparks. So I don't know if it's like not getting gas, but we'll give her a crank here and see what happens. Oh, oh. Oh yeah. Oh, must have just needed some cranking time to get the gas through or something.
This past week marked the much anticipated solar eclipse, although unfortunately it remained obscured by clouds in this area. Despite the disappointment, I was fortunate to have an encounter with a trio of Sandhill cranes who recently returned from their wintering grounds in Mexico or Florida. Sandhill cranes have a rich history, with fossil records dating back an impressive 2.5 million years. Remarkably, these elegant birds are monomorphic, meaning males and females are similar in appearance, though males are typically slightly larger. Their distinctive calls, not exactly what you would consider songbirds in the traditional sense, are captivating to hear. During my observation, I witnessed a pair engaging in a unison call, perhaps attempting to thwart advances by the third crane, who subsequently hightails his butt out of there. It's fascinating to note that Sandhill cranes form lifelong bonds with their partner, and the oldest Sandhill crane on record reached an impressive age of 37 years. Oh, wait, could that be a bit of the sun poking through with a crescent-shaped slice of the moon blocking it? Did I see it?
Well, this turned out pretty good. Figured out what that oil leak was. It was just a loose oil filter, which could have been a disaster had the oil leaked out while I was cutting lawn either last year or the beginning of this year coming. That would have been the end of this thing for sure. And then well, we got it started. Don't know why it took so long. I guess just, you know, beginning of the year spring jitters, I suppose. So all in all, I'd say it was a successful day. So I'm just going to drive her into the garage. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hey, don't forget, it doesn't cost you nothing. Look down, click that like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next time up here, Canadian Island Life.